Hey everyone, to climb in this game, you need to be outclassing the opposing mid laner in most of your games. If you can't consistently be the mid difference, it's impossible. This could mean having more gold, more pressure, more impact. Mid diff can mean a bunch of different things. So today, I'm simply going to give you 5 different ways to be the mid diff that you can apply right away in any elo, especially below Masters. And by the way, the preseason is the best time to focus on learning and improving. With there being no risk of losing your precious LP, you can be free to try new things, make mistakes, and learn from them. Treat the preseason like your Goku entering the hyperbolic time chamber. That way, when the new season starts, you're ahead of the competition, and climbing ranks becomes a breeze. This is why it's the perfect time to join us on our platform at SkillCap. We have the best courses out there to teach you how to destroy solo queue and climb stupidly fast. We also provide skill insurance. If you don't significantly improve when actively using SkillCap, you can claim a full refund. So check us out after this. Alright, the first way to guarantee mid diff is to constantly have mid prio. This is something I have taught in many videos, but by constantly pushing and having mid prio, you get loads of benefits. In fact, in this play, you can see 2 different things that I get from it. I do a standard 3-wave crash for the first 3 waves of the game, putting a big wave under Kled's tower so he's stuck farming it. I then use my mid prio to take a recall and grab a tier. So this is the first benefit right away. I get to take a recall where I won't lose anything, and will come back to lane with an item advantage. Of course, as Ryze, buying a tier doesn't give me a huge advantage or anything. But if I was a Fizz and I could reset and grab a Dark Seal, that's pretty huge. Or getting another longsword on Zed or something. But after recalling, because I crashed a big wave, as I'm coming back to lane, I see Hecarim cross through mid. I still have mid prio, so I can go right into our jungle. I catch Hecarim at our Raptors with my Kayn here as well, and we start chasing them down. Hecarim runs away, but his mid laner that tried to help him just ends up dying. Now, if we look at the wave, it's pushing to me and didn't crash. Kled doesn't have TP, so he's going to be bleeding CS the entire time he's dead. Basically, his lane is actually over from this. This was literally mid diff, just by playing the matchup properly at the start, so I could crash waves and get mid prio, then use the prio for a reset and to deny an invade from the enemy jungler. Alright, moving on to the second way to guarantee mid diff. For this one, I want you guys to think about exactly what the enemy mid laner's most important ability or combo is, and constantly be aware of that during your lane. Just one combo or ability, that's it. For example, in this one, as Ryze vs Kled, I know that Kled's win condition is to jump in with E and Q. So that needs to be in the back of my mind at all times. I need to be preemptively moving and anticipating when he's going to do it. You can do the same with Syndra's EQ or Zed WEQ combo. If you anticipate it and then dodge it, from there, you want to play much more aggressive and punish it. I'm slow pushing towards Kled right now. And while I'm CSing, I'm just paying attention to him to see if he's looking to jump in. And it does seem that way, so you'll see a bunch of preemptive movement from me. I walk towards him, then click away, just trying to bait his one combo. It works perfectly as I preemptively move to the side and he jumps in with E and Q and he misses. I did not react to that, I was preemptively moving. Now I just need to all in and punish it. Just keeping in mind the enemy mid laner's win condition and most important ability will go a really long way. More examples would be Fizz E or LeBlanc W. When those are down, these champions are much weaker, and you need to punish them when they go for last hits or when they try to fight you. Alright, moving on to the third way to be the mid difference. This one is simple, and it won't work every single time, but when it works, it's big. For this one, you need to be winning trades, and when you are going to be crashing a wave soon, you need to ping your jungler to come dive the enemy mid. It won't work every time, just because your jungler won't listen every time. But I found even in low elo, if you ping them early, they will come dive as it's just a free kill for them. Don't expect them to have the map awareness to come without pinging though. This is the last example from this Ryze game, but you can see it worked perfectly here. I'm slow pushing and Kled is dismounted from the trades I've been winning, so I ping my Kayn to come dive. I could dive this myself, but I might as well make it easier. We dive the Kled and get the free kill, and now he loses all that CS as well. The reason this is so important is, jungle is a role that plays off of winning lanes and can make plays around laners that are winning trades. It doesn't matter if you're 0-4. If you're winning trades and have the enemy shoved in, that's a play your jungler can make. In low elo, they just need a little guidance sometimes from pings. You need to ping early though, not right as you crash the wave. Ping an entire wave before you know you're going to crash. This can turn into an even bigger play a lot of the time too. When you do this, the enemy jungler might make the mistake of trying to gank you, and because you called your jungler early, you can easily kite to him and win the 2v2, or your jungler can counter gank. Either way, because you're winning trades, the 2v2 is an easy win. And this is literally what mid diff is. You're winning mid so your jungler can make easy plays and abuse that broken ass role. Anyways, moving on to way number 4 to guarantee mid diff. This is a big one, and it's something a lot of players don't think about. This is the reason when I smurf, it can seem like my teammates are better than your teammates. I walk into lane, and the enemy ADC jumps in on me with W, and I flash right away. I wasn't actually in any danger of dying here, but I didn't want to lose a ton of health to the point where I can't lane, so I flash, and it really sucks to lose flash level 1. Then at level 3, Viego flashes on me and I barely survive. I didn't do anything to survive this, right? Well, I survived because of something low elo players never do, and it drives me crazy. I simply use my goddamn potions. You guys love to sit in lane with 50 or 60% health. Does Syndra have kill pressure on me here when I'm at 6% HP? No. But what am I gaining by not using my potion? The more health I have, the less likely I will die to a gank. Using my potions literally made the difference here. Anyways, we're not done there. I TP back to lane, and as I'm pushing, I get ganked again by Viego from behind. Now, surviving ganks can be tricky, and it's all about understanding who the biggest threat is. In this case, it's Viego, because he doesn't run out of damage. He's an AD champion with low cooldowns. Syndra will use all of her burst, then have no damage left. So I put my W in a spot where Viego has to walk through it to hit me, so he gets stunned. They almost ended up killing me, but because I used my stun properly, I could barely survive. Alright, so the reason it's so crucial to survive ganks is that all the time the enemy jungler wastes trying to gank you is time they can be using farming or ganking your teammates. So if you pull pressure and the enemy jungler ganks and you survive, you will notice your teammates seem better. Your jungler gets tempo advantages and gets more CS than the enemy jungler, your other laners don't die to ganks, etc. Also, when the enemy jungler ganks you, they are soaking experience from their mid laner. In this game, for example, Viego ganked me a lot, and the enemy Nami even came mid. So I actually hit level 6 before Syndra did. Alright, and finally, the last way to guarantee mid diff. This one is basically a way to easily get way more gold than the enemy mid laner. In lower elos, but even in Diamond, mid laners roam at very bad times, but it goes unpunished too often. In this game, I'm on Jhin mid versus Zed. In the middle of a trade with him, he swaps to a shadow and he ults me. This gave me a hint that I was getting ganked, so I kite down, and sure enough, Riven was ganking me from topside. First, I W behind me as Zed is coming out of ult, so it would root him right away and give me move speed. So, because of that, I can easily survive the gank, but I'm forced to run the long way around to mid because Riven, for whatever reason, is still chasing me. While this is happening though, a fight is going down in bot lane, so I could just run there right away, right? I would normally love to go bot here, since the enemy team is low, but my top laner doesn't have TP up and Riven is here, so we'll be outnumbered. I know Riven and Zed will probably run to bot, so I quickly run to mid and start hard shoving. As expected, Riven and Zed roamed bot lane, and by the time Zed got back, I got mid tier 1 tower and shoved the wave so I could reset. When I got ganked, I was 1,000 gold ahead of Zed, and by the time he got back, I was 2,000 gold ahead, just off one roam. I got a 1,000 gold lead just because I didn't roam. You guys can do this constantly. Don't get baited into roaming when you can get more gold and experience most of the time just by shoving and taking plates or towers. That's the thing with League. To be the mid diff, like I said earlier, it can come down to a bunch of different things, but just having more gold than the enemy mid consistently goes a long way. And they make so many mistakes in Diamond and below that you have lots of ways to get a gold lead. And finally, if you noticed, this play also had what we talked about earlier. I survived the gank from Riven, so she got no gold from me. And during that time, our top laner also got the entire top tower with plates, so I'm helping my top get ahead just by surviving the gank. Alright guys, so these are the 5 ways to guarantee mid diff. These are the things you can apply right away and should get real results with them. But that's going to bring us to the end of this video. We hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.